Here are the questions in exam A. The first one, we're gonna calculate the rate of the ladder. So there's two cases. If the weight is less than 30, then the price should be the rate, and if it's more than 30, then the price should be the weight that exceeds 30, and it gonna multiply the coefficient of the actual rate, and then plus the original rate. And also we have whether is greater than whether it's international ladder. So if it's international, you're gonna multiply 1.15. So here's the output of the question. Let's say here the first case we have weight less than 30 and is not international, then it's 0.41. And here we have the weight with 40 and the exceed weight is 10, and apply 0.05. It multiplied 0.05, which should be 0.5, and at 0.41 is 0.91, and also is international. So we're gonna multiply this number, and we have 1.05. And because this is money, so we need to set the precision to 2. So yeah. And here's another the second question. The basic idea is for each time we do the recursive, we remove the last number in the array and also subtract the number here from the number we gave, because each time we do the recursive, it will eventually all these numbers are gone, and the number we gave, it subtract all those numbers, and when all these numbers are gone, and this should be 0. So which we're gonna return true whether the sum is equal to 0 when the array is empty. So yeah, so this is how this recursive function works. And here we got the example. We got these 4 numbers, and the sum should be 9 plus 3 is 12, and then it return true. And these 4 numbers, the sum should be 14, but we got the number 10 here, so it's false. Here's problem 11. I mean the second 11, because we have 2 problem 11. The first we gonna input those numbers, and each time we input, we have several parts that we need to do. The first one, we need to count the even number. Actually we have several counts for this question. The first count is the total number that we input. The second count even is count the even number, and here the index it is the index of the array that we're gonna save those numbers, but this index can only be less than 100 because the question just want 100 numbers, and if the index is more than 100, we enter too much numbers, and we're not gonna save them in the array. And the last one is the count between. We're gonna count how many numbers between 50 and 150. We need count between because we wanna calculate the average. We need sum and also count between. So the sum is set to be 0 initially. Yeah, so here each time we import a number, we're gonna check if is positive. If it's not positive, it's gonna break, and if it's positive, we're gonna keep counting all these informations. And if it's even, we count the even. And if it's between 100 and 200, we're gonna save to the array. And yeah, and here we're gonna get the answer. So this is the input loop. The input loop. Here we're gonna calculate the percentage. So is the even count even over count and multiply 100 because we want the percentage number. And here we're gonna calculate the average between 50 and 150, and we use the sum we got here over the count between we got here, all these numbers between 50 and 150. and then we want to set it to double because the number we input is integer. So but we want the double, so we set this to double. And if there's no number between 50 and 150, we want to avoid the case that something is over 0. So if this number is 0, we're simply gonna have the average equals to 0. Well, actually, I don't think this should be average equals to 0. I can say, yeah, we can like, I'm just gonna change this. Wait, sorry. Number 50 and 150. Yeah, it sounds kind of weird in Word, but it's fine. Let's just do this, and then we're gonna output all the answers we have. After we did everything, we're gonna delete the we're gonna release the memory. So we delete the nums, and then here's what we have. We input all these 4 numbers and then -1. I didn't count the -1 is for here for the count, so the total number is 4. And there's one even number which is 50, and this is 25%. And the average of the number between 50 and 150 is these 3 should be 30. Yeah, no matter what, the average is this number. Yeah, I'm not gonna calculate it here. And here is problem 12. Problem 12, we need to have kind of like a matrix, but we not gonna output the number right here because yeah, we're gonna just put the space here, and here is the lower right triangular matrix, something like this. So we can observe that each number in this matrix, let's say 12, this is the if we have 12, we input 12. This is the 12th number in the first row, and here the 22, this is the 11th number of the second row. So let's say we can observe that for each number, it equals to the number of column multiply the number of rows. So let's say, yeah, the last one is 12 multiplied 12 is 144. So here basically in this function we have 2 parts. The first part is we're gonna output all those spaces to this area, and because most of these numbers, they are like 2-digit number, so we're gonna set the space to 3. But if we set to like to 1, the triangle should be like this, because the number has like too much space to, I don't know how to say that, yeah, but I think you could understand. So I need to set 3 because let's say 48, like 1, 2, 3. We need to have 3 space to keep the shape of the matrix. And here we start from the first row. Let's start from the first row because I can start with 0, but each time I'm gonna like be +1 because we want to calculate the product. But the product should be because when we do the matrix in math, we start from the first row, second row, fifth row, but but when we do in programming, we start with 0. So now we just keep the same with the mass. And here we just, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of complicated to describe this. And here we start with the first row and start with the first column. And the column should be, the space should be from here to here. And then we got all these space, and for each column, we're gonna start here and to here, just before the I mean the previous number of, I don't know how to say that, but I think you just understand. So here we just print out the number. It's just basically the same, but we don't need to set 3 for the space because we have numbers we have numbers for the space, but yeah, it's hard to say that. And here we just print the numbers and we print the space. So finally we got the triangle like this. Thank you.